Hello everyone and now welcome to a game. This game is a 2v2 matchup, FaiLo and Rated going up against Deathnote and Fish. On the what I'll say on the west and north side of Lost Temple, we have FaiLo spawning as the red Night Elf. His teammate Rated going to be spawning as the red Undead. They're going up against Deathnote and Fish, who are in the teal colors. Fish spawning under the name Ice as the teal human here, opening things up with a barracks first, followed by a farm. We'll have to keep close tabs on what tavern hero will be trained up, and then finally down to the south side here, Deathnote spawning under the name Odinsgar, opening things up with a standard Altar of Storms. Alright, interesting choices to go for an Altar of Storms here. A Tavern Hero off over here. We're going to get some early footmen, get that Tavern Hero out, and then perhaps try to build up that strategy in just a moment. Still no Altar of Kings, though, coming in from Fish. Coming back across here, we see the Ancient of War being built on the ramp. Very, very common strategy, as the Ancient of War, sits on the ramp here, can train up an archer. Back in the day, you were actually able to aggro the units all the way up to that frontline spot and then have the Ancient of War tank the damage, having the, troll berserkers and other units trying to attack uphill and, being able to absorb much of that damage. Anyways, or was that with... I think that was more with the Archmage. Yeah, let's go. Let's get this going. It is going to be a Blade Master coming in from the Orc player down to the south here. And once more, a 2v2 matchup with every single race. Keeper of the Grove nearly making its way out. And, a Dreadlord. Alright, I was about to say Death Knight, but maybe I should check. It is going to be a Dreadlord coming in from Rated. Not your typical hero choice either. Normally, Dreadlord very good for carry-on swarm, and I guess it does make a little bit of sense when AoE damage, is more prevalent or more necessary, as there's more units out here on the battlefield early on. Ogre Warrior taking quite a bit of damage, now trying to back away. Forest Troll Shadow Priest easily taken down. Doesn't know that it can abolish magic down those units. Coming back around on the other side, we see Militia being called over, and it is going to be a Beastmaster coming in from Fish. Alright, Beastmaster, a tankier hero that does summon up, another tank right there. We may see one Militia perhaps get taken down here as the Acolyte does a little bit of scouting. Dreadlord going to go ahead and sleep down that Forest Troll Berserker, try to finish off some of these units quickly and efficiently here. And that normal damage between the ghouls and those Skeletal Warriors should finish off those units pretty fast. Alright, Forest Troll Berserker looks like he is now awake and ready to go once more. Going to grab that Tome of Intelligence, finish off that Ogre Warrior, and now move on to that Forest Troll Berserker. So Observer Vision, no Fog of War. Oh, I'm sorry. I like Fog of War. It helps me realize when particular players can actually spot each other or are closer to each other, and make a little bit of estimations here. Keeper of the Grove and the Archer now running up the ramp here should be able to gain sight. I believe the Blade Master and Grunts were just out of position here, as the Keeper of the Grove ready to perhaps try and poke down some of these peons, as we see, peons quickly jump inside that Orc Burrow. Orc Burrow gonna, peon trying to, make his way inside, not gonna be that lucky. It looks like it was denied there. Beautifully done. Denied, and remember the colors are a little bit off. If you get a little bit confused, if you see the exclamation mark, just know that it was denied or not killed by the appropriate army. Meanwhile, Dreadlord has come across here with that carry-on swarm, able to really, take down many of these peasants or reduce their hit points here. Wow, that one peasant down to 4 hit points. He ends up getting taken down. New Militia now being called over. But that is exactly, or maybe exactly, playing into the Dreadlord strategy. Look at that. That is a perfect lineup for another carry-on swarm to rip through a lot of easy targets. Not quite sure why we didn't see it, but then again, nothing a Scroll of Regeneration couldn't heal easily after two of those units, carry-on swarms. Gonna get a sleep around onto a footman. The footman, however, getting like a 7-unit surround. not going to be able to break free from there easily at all, as the Dreadlord chalks up another kill. Meanwhile, in the center portion of the map, the Beastmaster has cleared out some of these creep camps here. We can see some more harassment coming across, and this game is going to be a game where the mini-map is holding all of the action. Expo already getting underway here. This Expo is trying to get entangled. Blademaster trying to clear up to this Moonwell, and this Expo, well, getting pressured very heavily as well. All right, are we going to see a carry-on swarm? Lot of low hit point ghouls. This could be very bad for the fight, especially as the scout tower now trying to get upgraded as well. More militia coming back across here, focusing a lot on this town hall, especially as this town hall is actually getting repaired, and a lot of low hit point ghouls could end up getting taken down if he is not careful. Where is the Archmage? No, or Beastmaster. Beastmaster is back at home. We're going to go ahead and teleport back. The town hall will stay up, and it looks as though, well, a Thunderhawk is going to be picking off some of those units again, perhaps taking down some of these, some of those ghouls, and giving an even higher level. So that Thunderhawk got up to level, the Beastmaster got up to level 3 quickly, and then was able to finish off these units extremely easily, since it is early magic damage. All right, magic damage does deal bonus damage to all of these ghouls. So those 340 hit point ghouls really suffering a lot of damage at the hand of the Beastmaster. New Hawk now placed down. It also does have sight, able to shut down an archer as well. Beastmaster already halfway to level 4. Very early game here as we're coming across. Perhaps the bear is going to try and shut things down. Meanwhile, Rated actually low on ghouls as well, which means that he's going to be low on lumber when he starts, or now with this, well, when he starts to try and tech to tier 2, he's not going to have enough lumber for those buildings. Ghouls now looking to retreat back, and this is just, well, a crazy game with multiple fights heading all over the place, as we now see a Ziggurat getting upgraded to a Nerubian tower as well. All right, it looks like we're seeing an extended early game between these two teams here. Archer is currently shadow melded as well. Moonwell pretty low on mana. We're going to see an Entangle there, trying to get a little bit more moon juice again, as the Archer could break shadow meld and try to add in a little bit more damage, but perhaps worried about the Blademaster nearby. There's another Windwalk strike there. Shadow Hunter could have easily gotten a hex down onto that Keeper of the Grove, which would have been certain death. Coming back across here, nope, a little lone archer trying to cause a little bit of harassment. Beastmaster with decent amount of armor and a decent amount of mana could summon up more bears or hawks here, trying to put in that pressure. Dreadlord going to be coming back around. There's that Thunderhawk back in the air, ready to cause some problems, as you see the ghoul suffering damage pretty quickly. All right, no piercing damage, so that Thunderhawk able to stick around for a little while longer, as the Dreadlord now getting surrounded here. This could be very bad news. Are we going to see, no, that ghoul able to escape away down to 13 hit points. No, the Hawk does move a little bit faster, able to shut it down here. Meanwhile, Beastmaster playing a very dangerous game, able to teleport away at, well, 22 hit points, goes down to the south here to get a healing salve. And I guess that's one of the bonus strategies. If you know your partner has access to healing salves, you're able to heal up easily there. Keeper of the Grove getting shut down by the Orc player here, and now trying to perhaps clear things up and take out this Expo. All right, no Arcane Vault, no Tech to Tier 2 just now getting started by Fish. Expos are up and around all over the place. That Thunderhawk still trying to go after these Acolytes here, but the medium armor going to make them a little bit, more beefy and able to absorb some of that damage. Meanwhile, it looks as the Beastmaster is going to transition into the center portion of the map, try and clear things out here, and perhaps continue to get an experienced lead. Meanwhile, Deathnote should be able to easily start, pillaging down these buildings and putting some pressure, as well as we are now at Tree of Ages by FaiLo. All right. It looks like plenty of ivory towers being placed down here, or a lot of peasants just setting up multiple guard towers. Not something you see very often in a 2v2 game. Looks more like a custom map or UMS use map settings game here, as we're looking at, a low hit point ghoul trying to sneak away. All right, raiders are coming across, going to be able to ensnare, and once more, the army that is trying to retreat away is the one that is taking more damage. Null Poacher easily going to be taken down here. Perhaps going to shift focus as that gets finished off again. Are those... is that towers from 1.26? Yeah, I don't know. Just plenty of towers here to try and offer a bit of protection. We're going to see a Keeper of the Grove try and finish off that Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk, well, going to actually fall due to time to life. Raiders waiting for that ensnare to be re-engaged here. Perhaps try and snipe down some of these units again as the Dreadlord is trying to escape away. All right, this is not looking good for Rated. Rated going to end up getting ensnared on there and lose that Dreadlord. Level 2 now on the Shadow Hunter as the ghouls are looking to retreat, and as another ghoul gets taken down by some more creeps. All right, economically speaking, we're looking at, well, 4 bases for everyone, even after all of this. And this last base going to get set up by Fish. Fish is currently sitting in no upkeep still and should have plenty of gold to try and funnel into his partner Odin here, who could be going into, well, Spirit Walkers and maybe even Tauren if he has enough of the economy. Coming back through, Beastmaster looking to clear out to this creep camp here. A lot of healing going across multiple units. Low hit point footmen do have some defend, but they are taking some damage from that Null Overseer, that not able to reflect that back as much. Coming back around, Keeper of the Grove using the Scroll of Town Portal to head away. And there is just so much happening on the map at any given point. Difficult to figure out where the true action is. Alright, so Beastmaster, well, second hero not going to get trained up yet. Beastmaster and the human army already getting up to tier 3. Perhaps we will be looking at some knights. We're looking at a very low amount of gold for Fish here, even though he is running off of 3 bases. So not quite sure how he is spending his gold, but he is aggressively spending the gold as we look at the Blade Master with triple gloves of haste, very fast attack speed, and also now adding in a Helm of Valor. That Blade Master should be able to get in plenty of hits as the Beastmaster looks to clear out the remainder of the temple here on Lost Temple, and thereby getting up to level 5. Not quite sure what the level 5 ability will be. Perhaps it's level 3 Hawk or level 3 Bear. The Raging Blinking Bear, always very scary. Is it just a Spirit Hawk? Yeah, no, it is the Spirit Hawk, not the Thunder Hawk. The Spirit Hawk is invisible until it attacks. A very, very annoying unit, difficult to take down. Imagine a Spirit Wolf, but in the air, flying, and also able to deal large amounts of damage there. All right, that ghoul trying to get away, and, well, the Spirit Hawk once again gonna disappear. There's a Death Coil for the save. There's the Dust of Appearance on the Spirit Hawk, and the Spirit Hawk now has to play a little bit of a different game, perhaps try and go after this ghoul off on the side. All right, trying to finish off another unit again, and down to the south side, there's another Death Coil. The Death Knight pretty much just trying to keep these ghouls alive, but 2 ghouls quickly getting sniped down, a 3rd ghoul getting sniped down, and this Spirit Hawk is just dealing so much damage, 48 to 57 damage per attack. That Dust of Appearance still lasting on that Spirit Hawk after all this time. All right. Looks as though the Orc army ready to put in pressure on the Night Elf once again. A Blade Master, Raiders are here as well, gonna be able to take down these buildings quickly and easily. Meanwhile, the human army led by the Beastmaster going after the undead here on the top right. Beastmaster asleep at the job. No one's bothered to tap him to wake him up, as the Beastmaster now trying to perhaps well, finish off some of those units. More low hit point ghouls going to be able to retreat back here. Raiders getting entangled, but still able to stay alive, as we see a couple of ensnares now going down as well. This Beastmaster, but it's really the Thunderhawk that is causing most of that problems. You can see each of those blasts, how much damage it does, and in terms of trying to clean up these units. All right, going to go ahead and go after another ghoul there. The ghouls are just getting taken down. The Beastmaster, could it actually get to level 6 6 quickly by finishing off all those units, as we are at tier 3 and now getting a bit of an experience boost since it is a solo hero. Another unit going to get taken down there. I believe all of the ghouls were finished off, and now the bear is going to be trying to go after these acolytes, perhaps getting in some bonus damage as well. Coming back across on the other side here, more pressure. Glaive throwers now trying to join in on the battle, perhaps to try and finish off these spirit walkers with unarmored armor type. Dryads are here continuing to poke, as well as the raiders are trying to shut things down. Scroll of Town Portal for a tactical retreat may lose a couple of units in the process, as that Scroll of Town Portal could not happen quickly enough. We are looking at a second hero, Priestess of the Moon with True Shot Aura, dual Orbs of Venom, and we are now at obviously at Tree of Eternity, but no sign of a third hero yet. We are getting up a 5th gold mine by FaiLo here. On the bottom left, Ice does have a large, has 2 workshops ready to start cranking out units. He is currently sitting in no upkeep and perhaps just trying to build up a large bank of gold. Same thing with Deathnote. Deathnote has over 2,500 gold in the bank, perhaps courtesy of Fish, and then they're both going to be bursting into low upkeep here in just a second. Coming back around, siege engines have shown up to the party. Gonna roll on in, take down some of these buildings. Druids of the Claw has mastery training, perhaps, but for some reason not transforming into a bear just quite yet. Meanwhile, a battle going on here. Beastmaster could be in trouble. Quickly needs to use a Scroll of Town Portal, as the Spirit Hawk, well, able to tell or hide away just in time. The siege engines are still looking to get in some of that damage here and finish off some of these Moonwells. The Moonwell drinks from that Moonwell right before it gets destroyed, as the siege engine's still rolling on in. Perhaps a couple of those glaive throwers that were used earlier on can be used against those siege engines with that fortified armor. All right. Deathnote looking to clear out this red creep camp and perhaps set up another expo. The fact that it is no longer a true island means that you can walk to it easily, even though it does have some difficult creep camps here in that granite golem. All right, Blademaster going to be joining in on the fight around Beastmaster, using the Fountain of Health to heal up. And what is going to be happening next? It feels like Undead and Night Elf are finally getting their feet underneath them, but are they going to be ready for the sheer number of towers? And what is, well, here we are looking at level 3 masonry upgrades, something that we haven't seen commonly in years. So triple arcane or quadruple arcane towers with dual cannon towers, quadruple guard towers, and triple masonry upgrades. The destroyers, even if they had enough mana, they wouldn't be able to survive very long with the focus fire here. More attacks coming back around every which way here, as the guard towers should be able to drain mana on all of these heroes in no time flat. No carry-on swarm across here. There goes an entangle. The Beastmaster just trying to get in on the fight, hasn't been able to do so easily, as the cannon towers are still lobbing some attacks back. All right, big damage going back and forth. We see a Doom Guard now out here on the battlefield. A summon a Doom Guard out here on the battlefield, causing problems after the Granite Golem was taken down. The Destroyers are able to devour magic that, and that is just going to get taken down quickly, giving level 3 to the Priestess of the Moon. Death Knight now still nearby. Wind Riders are showing up to the party, and they're going to be using those Envenom Spears as well. All right, Beastmaster being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal to try and hide. We're going to see perhaps a couple of, Druids of the Claw getting taken out, as we're looking at the Wind Riders perhaps trying to finish things off, and now the Lich gets up to level 2 as well. The battle line's not clearly drawn, and for some reason, somehow, home field advantage didn't quite seem enough here, as Fish, with all of these guard towers, wasn't able to hold off this attack easily. All right, Blademaster is entangled, and ends up being revealed long enough to get it taken down, causing a dual level up. We do see that third ranged hero. It is going to be the Naga Sea Witch, and now a triple Orb of Venom coupled with Dryad Poison, any unit just ends up taking large amounts of damage. All right, plus 18 damage between Roar, True Shot, Aura, and Orb of Venom. Big damage indeed. As we could see, well, you can see that Shadow Hunter quickly in trouble. He's trying to get away. How much Orb of Venom damage will be added up? He's finally taken down. Tauren Chieftain back out here on the battlefield. Naga Sea Witch trying to, well, slither away. We could see a lucky bash, and then suddenly we're going to see some more damage here as the Staff of Preservation saves there. Tauren Chieftain, yeah, did fall at level 1. Both sides are still fighting their way through, trying to take down those Druids of the Claw. One more shot from this Spirit Hawk should be able to finish it off, and yes, there it goes. All right. It seems like we are finally getting a bit more stabilized. Rated and FaiLo starting to play a strong, solid game between the two of them. However, Deathnote and Fish have really dug in and have a strong defense as well. All right. Rod of Necromancy trying to bring out a couple of easy units, perhaps trying to shut down these workshops. That Druid of the Claw really needs to get Staff of Preservation back home, as we're going to be looking at, well, Druid of the Claw just coming up to that Glaive Thrower and being able to bat it down. All right, Beastmaster, are we going to see perhaps, Thunder Lizard's Stampede being able to be called from the back and hitting all of those units? Keeper of the Grove does have Entangle, though, so the Keeper of the Grove's Entangle probably going to keep this the Beastmaster's Stampede at bay until that perhaps that Keeper of the Grove is finally low on mana. Staff of Preservation saves another siege engine here. Mortar teams want to try to lob those attacks over, but there's Glaive Throwers and just too many army units off to the side. Meanwhile, siege engines now rolling into the Undead Expo over here on the top right. This expo finally getting cleared up. Peons now making their way over as Fish tries to set up a 1, 2, 3, 4 another base. The main gold mine has already been mined out, so that's now down, and we only have perhaps a couple of minutes mining left on those main bases elsewhere. Beastmaster being forced to scroll a town portal away, and now the guard towers and arcane towers are providing plenty of coverage. All right, perhaps they should be trying to hit some of those other units here, as well. Trying to micro this many towers is difficult, but look at this Obsidian statue just getting absolutely obliterated by those arcane towers with all of that feedback damage. Wind Riders trying to get into position here. Warsong Battle Drums level 2 variety upgrades, well, taking to the skies always a good option when there is not room on the ground to collectively have all of your units work together. We're looking at a low hit point. Wind Rider trying to retreat all the way back. Healing wards are placed down. Druids of the Claw trying to engage again, as Tauren are now leading the charge as well. Taurens have to be very careful, as well, there are Banshees out here on the battlefield, and we could have possession and have a couple of, well, turncoats, so to speak, as they turn their color from red to teal. All right, coming back through Tauren Chieftain, and once again out of mana. Massive battle across the center. We see a big roar. I believe there was a possession. Was that a scroll of the beast or a possession onto a bear? Difficult to, or no, bear, just never mind, not a possession, as the Blade Master falls at level 5. This and Tauren Chieftain falls. All right, so heroes are falling every which way. Shadow Hunter gets up to level 5, and, well, both sides are just standing in front of each other, trying to shoot and well, destroy the other army. Very little micro, as the units are, well, pulling back again. With this many units, if you're trying to, well, micro, you could, quote unquote, over-manage your units, and thereby not actually be finishing off those units that you really need to. Siege engines off to the top right. This expo has been cleared up. We're looking at massive repairs on this spirit tower here, but the siege engines should have no problem trying to finish them off. Meanwhile, we're looking at more infrastructure being built here. Ice with those triple masonry upgrades. Very difficult to finish off these buildings overall. There's still the expo over here on the top left. It can get cleared out easily, and then perhaps a new base can be placed down. All right, the siege engine still causing large problems, as Ice and Deathnote, do they still have large amounts of gold? No, they do not. Just large amounts of lumber. Both sides sitting on low or no upkeep right now. Meanwhile, Night Elf is sitting on high upkeep, and Undead is sitting in no upkeep with a little bit of problems running out of enough Ziggurats, and now currently upside down on supply. Scroll of Town Portal, retreat back where? Well, retreat back here. Multiple glaive throwers, perhaps True Shot Aura on that Priestess of the Moon, triple ranged heroes with orbs of venom, and just trying to, well, out hurl their opponents. What is gonna go down here? Peons, perhaps, nope, just gathering lumber, not really gonna do any long distance mining. 2 minutes of mining are left here. All of these peons gonna clear out. They have plenty of lumber to work with as the Beastmaster comes across here and sees, well, this base ripe for the picking. Beastmaster could have used Stampede, but currently now low on mana as more Ancient Protectors are getting constructed. Already a decent amount of gold has been mined out of that gold mine, nearly 5,000 gold. Or, yeah, 5,000 gold has been mined out as the Beastmaster now going to get cleaned up again. Alright, trying to finish off some of these units. More Wisps going to get cleaned up. There's another new, well, Spirit Bear. Oh, this is the Spirit Bear. Alright, so no Stampede. Opted to go for Spirit Bears. Dryads, however, going to be able to easily abolish magic all of these units and perhaps give even more experience. If the Keeper of the Grove gets up to level 6, Tranquility will definitely be on the table. And with Tranquility on the table, well, in a 2v2 matchup, you're just healing that many more units. Alright, a quick detonation there to try and take down that last Spirit Hawk. I don't know if it gave the experience or not, as the armies are now going into the last corners of the map to try and perhaps set up some more gold mines once those creep camps are cleared up. Alright, Druid of the Claw. Glaive Thrower now making its way down. It looks as though the Red Army wants to shut down this expo, but at this point and stage in the game, well, Fish has towers pretty much all across the map, so it's going to be difficult to figure that out here. All right, you can see that cannon tower, and oh, a Spirit Hawk right there, able to really cause some problems. There goes a little bit more, and just trying to go after those glaive throwers. But three, maybe 4 shots, and a glaive thrower gets taken down every time. There's some abolished magic quickly getting cleaned up once again. All right, both sides still fighting their way through. Beastmaster down to dead, quickly getting entangled and focused down. And that Beastmaster falling at level 7, a very big deal. Tauren Chieftain puts his foot down. Blademaster trying to go after the back line, all of those very weak units. You're going to see the Destroyers coming across as well, perhaps trying to eat away at that Blademaster, but the Blademaster with the very fast attack speed still hitting it on through. All right, Blademaster, triple gloves of haste, trying to burst down any units. There goes an entangle on the Blademaster. Blademaster gets, well, blown over by a Carrion Swarm as the Dreadlord continuing to fight its way in as well. Beastmaster sitting at level 7. Well, and no easy heals. This is going to be a massive battle here. So many low hit point units. The Keeper of the Grove needs to go for Tranquility. Keep all of these units alive as the Tauren Chieftain quickly falls at level 3. That one Spirit Hawk has killed more units than, or the Spirit Hawks have been able to kill more units than in a typical game, but now targeting the wrong unit there, trying to go after a Naga Sea Witch instead of these glaive throwers, greatly reducing their effective damage. All right, Lich now still trying to back away here. Troll Bat Rider's going to try and finish off some more units, but with all of that orb of venom damage over time, those units don't seem to be lasting very long. All right, Red Team, FaiLo, and Rated continuing to push through here. Scroll of Town Portal, perhaps a little bit of a tactical retreat now as those units are back away to try and protect this. No, are they trying to protect? Yes, they're trying to protect this expo and finish off all of these siege engines again. Alright, there's a level up. Dreadlord gets up to level 6. Infernals are going to be available. Really, the Keeper of the Grove or Druids of the Claw really need to be moved over to this Fountain of Health. That'd actually be an interesting play. Move your Tree of Eternity and root it next to the Fountain of Health, thereby using Staff of Preservation sends your units all back to a fountain to try and heal up. The siege engines are, well, continuing to cause havoc out here on the battlefield. looking to try and finish off some of these buildings. Night Elf Army of FaiLo sitting at 66 supply, and Undead Army sitting at 42, going up against a 30 supply Orc and a 48 supply Human. Plenty of guard towers and cannon towers and arcane towers out here on the battlefield as well. Deathnote trying to re-establish this base here. 5,800 gold or 4,800 gold is all that is left. Arcane Tower draining the mana out of the Keeper of the Grove again. And we're looking at perhaps a couple of these units going to get, a couple of these peons going to get taken out once more. All right, one peon going to get taken down. Another peon could get taken down. A little bit of damage over time. Units are trying to retreat back. One more final shot, and that does give level 7 to the Keeper of the Grove, who now has level 1 Thorns Aura, perhaps going to go to, yeah, now up to level 2 Thorns Aura for any melee damage that they may be experiencing. Alright. Odd game. Fish and Deathnote definitely mining more gold out of these gold mines, but it doesn't look like the income is gonna be enough. They even went siege engines to try and, well, perhaps roll over and shut down the economy, but it feels like Rated and FaiLo has been able to re-establish their bases pretty easily. We do see an Ancient Protector nearby keeping this Spirit Hawk at bay. Only 650 hit points. Well, that piercing damage more than enough since they have fortified armor. Another battle coming on through. Infernal being rained down here. Death Knight trying to retreat back. Rated, that Death Knight going to get bursted down and get cleaned up. All right, the stun coming across as well. What is the, well, Infernal trying to do? Trying to finish off some of these other units again and continue to put pressure here as the Tauren Chieftain may try to line up another stomp on all of these units. Doomguard, well, yeah, so Dreadlord summoning down the Infernal Scroll Town Portal. Wow. I'm having a difficult time trying to keep up with all of the action here. Meanwhile, Tree of Life now going to go ahead and establish up this expo here on the top left. We're looking at the triple Night Elf heroes, all with Orbs of Venom, and how quickly they're able to finish off these units. And we see an Ice Shard now being dropped down. That will summon up an Ice Revenant, and you always have to be careful if your opponent has any way to dispel. We did see Spirit Walkers by Deathnote earlier, as we now are looking at the base over here on the bottom left. This now all cleared up. All right, Fish able to stop the mining on the bottom left, but a new gold mine here on the top left, ready to go once more. All right, more action. Spirit Walkers, we're looking at Rated's Infernal continuing to go after all of these, well, all of Teal's units here as they're trying to retreat back. Are we going to see, yes, a Tauren Chieftain getting taken down again? Blade Master may end up falling down once more, and this is just causing problems as Deathnote and Fish have not been able to fully leverage their abilities, and now constantly need to get that Blade Master, well, alive and well. Spirit Windwalk, Potion of Invulnerability. Units are still trying to retreat back here as we're looking at, well, perhaps peasants doing a little bit of long distance mining or trying to set up a new base. All right, meanwhile, Fish is, well, trying to clear out, hoping that there's just not many buildings left coming at all from, hopefully just trying to win out the base race. Now, siege engines going after these Ancients of War, they're going to get taken out. We see a couple of guard towers, watch towers with fortified armor. They're going to try and stay alive as the Infernal with chaos damage are able to easily knock down these buildings, dealing 100% damage to everything. Druids of the Claw are showing up as well, and that's going to, well, shut down this expo by Deathnote. We are down to one mining base only on both sides as the siege engine's about to take down the Tree of Life over here on the top left. This base going to be easily cleared up. Beastmaster shows up to the party, going to try and summon up a couple of bears as well, and this expo will get taken down. Only mining base over here on the bottom right still has about 5,000 gold left, but that is going to be it. All right, meanwhile, we're looking at Rated looking to, well, haunt this gold mine here in the top right-hand side, perhaps try and equalize the economic advantage, as once more Fish is trying to establish up the bottom left. Every gold mine has been mined from, at least for a little while, as the siege engine still rolling on through, causing problems inside what was the starting base of FaiLo. FaiLo, a little bit of a fail there, not uprooting his Ancients of War earlier to try and combat against those siege engines, as siege engines would have dealt less damage, and the Ancients would have actually been able to fight back a bit, as we see right there. Coming back through, Beastmaster gonna go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal back home. Nope, back somewhere. Not quite sure where, as this base is now ripe for the picking. As in comes another army again. All right, Priestess of the Moon could have Starfall. That could be a very big deal as well. Starfall can cause some major damage. Are we looking at another Starfall? Yes, we are. Starfall across multiple targets, and we're just going to see damage rain down on all of these units. To add to it, we also have Tranquility being used as well. The Torrents and so many units trying to take down the Priestess of the Moon. Priestess of the Moon gets shut down in the middle, as we see the Beastmaster able to use the Scroll of Town Portal at 56 hit points. Both sides still fighting their way through. There's some healing wards now being placed down. Beastmaster now getting healed back up. Torrent Chieftain also getting healed up, even though he's entangled. And wow, the Keeper of the Grove and also Priestess of the Moon taken down. Naga Sea Witch getting taken down. And FaiLo throws in the towel, leaving the game after losing all 3 heroes. All right, Infernal now summoning back around the other side. Are we going to see the death of the Blade Master? Blade Master now trying to retreat back. Healing Ward is trying to offer a little bit of resistance here. And the Rated, well, perhaps thought that the fight could have gone better if both sides were there. Blade Master able to back away in time, dodging that death coil and getting healed back up, perhaps by a healing wave being bounced around. Blade Master still looking to engage here. How come that Blade Master just looks so big? Did I zoom in? Yes, I did. Okay, apparently. Blade Master, level 6. Well, how come it constantly just gets zoomed back in? Blade Master gets blasted down at level 7. Lich now sitting at level 5. There is a stomp here. Is the Lich going to get taken down to 182 hit points? He gets a death coil in time, and now trying to back up again. We do see some stasis traps. Wow, I am not zooming in. It is constantly just stuttering back out. Perhaps a little bit of an issue when one player leaves the game. All right, both sides finally fighting their way through. And, well, Rated has left the game, giving Fish and Deathnote the victory. All right, a massive game going back and forth. Undead Army arriving late to that party. And by arriving late, all 3 heroes of the Night Elf, the Keeper of the Grove, the Naga Sea Witch, and the Priestess of the Moon taken down before the Undead was even there. A little bit of a throw, I think. I really think FaiLo and Rated had the lead going into that fight, except, well, just trying to use Starfall and Tranquility at the same time. Although it looks awesome and is often great, just didn't work out well in that fight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's take a look at the final scores. Total score difference. All right, total score, FaiLo and Rated did end up having the highest and lowest score, but Fish and Deathnote still comes out as the victors.